Chris.
From New York, 90210, it's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, comedian Ben Stiller, musical group Shakespeare's Sister, and actress Bonnie Hunt, plus Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now, a man who proves human beings can live to be 400, David Letterman.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Have you heard the news by now? Ross Perot may re-enter the presidential election campaign. Oh, I'm telling you, the suspense is killing me. This guy has been in and out more often than Warren Beatty. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Another like a little shot. George Bush now, they had a debate scheduled. He and Clinton were going to debate, and George Bush kind of fouled up the first debate, so that didn't happen. And now the deadline for the second debate has come and gone, and George Bush has kind of fouled that one up. Although he says that he still actually does want to have a debate with Clinton. And in fact, I believe the exact quote was, "Read my lips, I want a debate." I think that was the exact quote. So you know he's telling the truth when he says that about wanting to debate. Bush also said that the United States economy is poised for quite a comeback, poised for an economic recovery. I guess in the same sense that Delta Burke is poised to order a salad. A nice hand for my mom and dad, ladies and gentlemen. Dorothy and Joe. Nice to see you. How are you? Marlon Brando is the godfather. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful program for you here tonight. A very funny gentleman who is starring in his own brand new television comedy series over there on the Fox network. Ben Stiller will be out moments from now. That's right. And with Paul in the band tonight, we have Shakespeare's Sister.
A hip young group. We're sure you'll enjoy.
Hey, Paulie. A little Godfather music, Paul?
What was that?
Just a little Godfather music. I'm working on an impression of Marlon Brando as the Godfather. That's as far as I've got with it. All right. And also a lovely actress. She was with Charles Grodin, starred in the big blockbuster of the summer, the dog movie. What was the name of the dog movie? Beethoven, yes, and a lovely woman in her own right. Bonnie Hunt is here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, say hello to our good friend Paul Schaefer.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Dave, my favorite kind of political humor was what you were doing in that monologue.
What was that?
Delta Burke references and a political joke. That's my style.
Are you making fun of me?
No, no, I appreciate it because I don't know. Oh.
Remind me to call Fred Travelina. That's what I should talk to Fred, because I know part of it is this.
Right.
And then you gotta, I don't know. Oh, let's take a look at Paul's painting over there. All this week, ladies and gentlemen, we're lucky enough to have original artwork on the set. The artist is Richard Tobias. This was done in 1991. We got junk in front of it. Kick those things out of the way. We can't see it. Move those giant boxes away, if you will. Be careful not to damage the original art. It's oil and pencil on canvas. The value of this piece of artwork is $4,000. It's untitled, but we've been calling it, what did we call it? Afternoon in Queens. There it is. Afternoon in Queens. And it comes to us from the Brooke Alexander Gallery on Wooster Street in Soho. That's the Brooke Alexander Gallery on Wooster Street in Soho. I'm going to do it one more time to get it out of my system. It's the Brooke Alexander Gallery on Wooster Street. You're having fun already, aren't you? I'll give you an example of how it's not so much what a person says as how they say it. Okay. It's not a new lesson, but it's one I learned the other day. A couple of weeks ago, I'm in Ohio, right in the middle of Ohio. Beautiful. Yeah, really, Ohio? Or are you not getting enough oxygen? I go out to this little restaurant way out in the country. Lovely pastoral, bucolic setting. It's no afternoon in Queens, but it's lovely. And on the menu, I see deep-fried catfish. I said to myself, damn, I'm gonna get me some of that catfish. The waitress comes over and I said, I'm interested in the catfish. I says, is that fresh catfish? And she says, without even batting an eye, fresh frozen.
All right.
And for a second, I thought, oh, man, I'm here on a great day. It's fresh frozen. Oh, bring me a platter of that fresh frozen. So like I'm getting a big deal. I'm all excited until it dawns on me 20 minutes later that could have been frozen in the 80s.
Of course.
So now it comes time to order the dessert, and I see on the menu again cherry pie, and I thought, wow, maybe this is homemade cherry pie.
Yeah.
So she comes over and I said, what can you tell me about this cherry pie? I said, is that homemade? And again, without even hesitating, she says, home-baked. Now, you think about it. There's a big difference between homemade and home-baked. You can have a frozen pie buried in the ground for like a year and a half. When a stoop like me walks into your restaurant, dig it up, slide it into the oven, and bake it on the spot. There's a big, big difference.
That's right.
Bring me some pie.
What was that, Peter Lorre?
Oh, stop it. I'll take your painting away.
All right, now.
Have to look at your organ all night. Okay, well. And then when she comes by and she's figuring up the check, she says to me, she says, I'm going to miss seeing you on TV.
Whoa!
And I hit her with the old, what happened? Your set explode? Boom! What exactly are we doing? Oh. Hey, we're right in the middle of the big campaign, ladies and gentlemen. We have some political charts and graphs to review with you folks tonight. Paul, how about some theme music?
Yeah,
For the
charts and graphs, yeah, charts and graphs, yeah!
Exactly, nice going. Atta boy, way to... Here we go. Here's our first chart and graph. Politics. Issues considered most important by registered voters. 10% foreign policy issues, 12% domestic issues, 78% Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues. There. Real comedy, ladies and gentlemen, with artwork and everything. Popularity of candidates among animals. Why am I shouting?
I don't know, I was going to ask you that.
Purebred spaniels prefer Bush 2-1. Spotted owls prefer Clinton 3-1. Weasels equally divided between Bush and Clinton.
fresh frozen. Warm. I'm gonna miss seeing you on TV.
Contents of our vice president's pockets. Contents of Dan Quayle's pockets. White House identification documents. You got to have those if you're going to be doing business in Washington. Launch codes. Is that launch or lunch codes for our nuclear arsenal? Or as we say in Indiana, nuclear. And gum string and Super Balls. That's... Why people tell polyester... I'm sorry. Why people... I believe I need some time to pre-read. Good help. Why people tell pollsters they're undecided. 42% are unsure, 58% no opinion. There you go. Yeah, I know what you mean. Family values most important to Americans. 12% wife staying at home. Sure, that would be important, I guess. 18% regular family worship. 70% slowing down to look at roadkill together. How James Baker spends his time. He's running the Bush campaign, you know. Former Secretary of State, now running the George Bush re-election campaign. Here's how he spends his time. 23% focusing the president's message. 18% streamlining the campaign. 59% he starts sending out resumes. Now, this is kind of an unusual little chart and graph here, so you have to pay very, very close attention. Odd candidate fish coincidences. The category, odd candidate fish coincidences. Here we go. Al Gore, albacore. You see? Okay. All right. Now, stay with me on this. George Bush does not apply.
Man.
Paul, some Godfather music. That's him. That's the Godfather. He turned to his wife and he said, let's get a cab. Economic power in the New World Order, gross national product. Now, this is expressed in trillions of dollars. Japan, $900 trillion. Germany, $800 trillion. Oprah, $700 trillion. Wow. Wow. Damn, that Oprah wealthy. What? Are we late? Yeah. I'll fix that. Items that most frequently turned up at the Republican convention lost and found booth. Campaign hats, well, not very often. They weren't lost. Wallets, a little more frequently. Here's the big item. Ronald Reagan. I have so many, go right to the last one? Not a bad idea. I wish I'd thought of that 20 minutes ago. Oh, here's a good one. I'll try this one. Here's the Jack Kennedy Dan Quayle equation. Follow this closely. You have JFK plus confused parakeet minus JFK equals Dan Quayle. We're having real television fun here tonight, aren't we, Paul?
Every night.
Okay, we're going to do a commercial. When we come back, Ben Stiller will join us. Thanks for being here tonight, Paul. Unsure. What is that music you're playing there, Paul?
You know, that Level 42, Something About You.
Yeah, it's nice. It reminds me of the theme of every Chevy Chase movie in the last 10 years. You know, it always starts out in Northern California, and he's some kind of car driving from Marin County across the Golden Gate Bridge, and then you hear this in the background, and the tiles roll by. Chevy Chase, Fletch, the invisible Fletch, driving in Northern California. Goldie Hawn as Mrs. Invisible Fletch. Well, you folks are starved for entertainment. And you've certainly come to the right place. Here's our top 10 list from the home office in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, ladies and gentlemen. Chevy Chase getting him his own talk show, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I understand.
And also, you know who has a talk show now?
Who?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Sure.
The Whoopi Goldberg show. And it's, again, they have that little hook. I noticed it the other night. Her and Tim Dadson, they sit on their own legs.
Sit on their own legs.
Yeah, they sit.
That's
almost
the Chuck Woolery thing.
No, Chuck Woolery is gone. But now Whoopi sits on one of her legs, and Ted Danson sits on one of her legs for the whole half hour.
He sits on one of her legs?
No, they sit on their own legs.
I see.
And then at the end of the half hour, obviously both legs are asleep because you can't. So you see a stagehand come out and. Whoopi. It's not my cup of tea, but if that's.
Could I just tell you
What?
how Jerry Lewis introduced Whoopi on the telethon
Please
this year?
do.
My most main wonderful lady of all time. That's all I wanted to say.
And then of course his leg went to sleep.
And that is...
None of this makes any sense.
Well,
Let's get back to the top 10 list here tonight from the home office in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. The category Top 10 Debate Conditions Demanded by President Bush. Top 10 debate conditions. He's very particular about the circumstances under which he meets the challenger in a debate format. Top 10 debate conditions demanded by Bush. Number 10, Bush shirts, Clinton skins. Number 9. And number 9, after Bush speaks, moderator must add, he's right, you know. Number 8. Number 8, swimsuit competition counts for at least 30%. Number 7, after debate, Clinton can't do Arsenio for 2 weeks. Who knew that? Number 6, at all times, Clinton must be referred to as Mule Boy. Number 5, no questions about the last 4 years. Okay, that makes sense. Number 4, adopt Family Feud format. Number 3, Bush, fancy cedar podium. Clinton, paper hat and milk crate. Well, that's not fair. Number 2, Clinton must be in full hillbilly regalia. And the number one answer, the number one condition, answers must be in the form of a question. There you go. Yes, sir. Although maybe you're onto something. Maybe they should sit on each other's leg.
And then, whose leg would fall
Well,
asleep
who
then?
knows? Then, hey, let me tell you something. Then the fun begins.
Then the fun really begins.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be exciting. Our first guest is a talented young actor and comedian. He is beginning his very own program on the Fox television network. I believe it begins Sunday. Is that correct? Yeah, September 27th. Ladies and gentlemen, here, take a look at what you're going to see when you tune in Ben Stiller's show on Fox.
Eddie Munster in Cave Munster. He blames me for canceling the Munsters.
Come out, wherever you are.
I'm just saying I found your pet's collar. I'm not saying I did anything. My daddy was a 10-foot Frankenstein freak with bolts in his neck.
You're not the drama teacher, are you?
Maybe I'm the big bad wolf boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ben Stiller.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Paul. Our topic today, should an acquitted serial killer be allowed to have his own talk show? Our guest is David Letterman. Here, I got somebody over here, yes. What would you like to say?
Do you believe that your aberrant behavior is the result of a chemical imbalance? And if so, do you believe that behavior can be induced in a lab?
Paul, did I miss a memo or a meeting?
Just answer the question, sir. Just answer the question.
No, it wasn't a chemical imbalance. It was blunt force trauma to the head, and stick around. There may be a little more of that here tonight.
All right, here we have somebody. Yes, you over here. What do you have to say?
I just want to tell you how much I love your show.
Well, thank you. We try. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Dave, my question to you is, I know it's a long time ago, and I know you were acquitted, but are you sorry for what you did?
Ma'am, you have no idea how sorry I am.
Thank you. Hey, there's somebody over there. Here we have a question over here. What do you have to say?
I don't know if this will help, but when I feel like killing somebody, I count to 10 first. And I think if we would all count to 10 first, maybe there wouldn't be any killing in this world.
Yeah, yeah. We're back in a moment.
I like that big nerdy guy at the end. that giant bearded dweeb. He was my favorite. Yeah, there he is right there. Later in the show, Shakespeare's sister will be here, and also coming up, actress Bonnie Hunt tomorrow. Patty Smythe? Yeah. And Gore Vidal. We'll be right back, boys.